You know, before we get into this debacle, tomato, first thing I say is every photographer should have one of these. It's a coffee cup. And it looks like it's from the 24 to 105. I had this for a while. I think it's great. Actually, it's still got coffee in it. Everybody should have one of these. So all my photographers, go out there and get you a good coffee cup. To get started with this big problem that has been going on, it's actually not a problem. It's more like a decision. It's more like a which way do I go with my photography type things. It's all about compromise, and it's all about knowing where you want to go, what you like best, what helps you with your photography more, what inspires you more. So, as you guys know, I've been a big fan of the Canon 5DMK4. It's a nice camera. Touchscreen, dual car slot. Does everything I want. I'm used to I love the weight. You know, a lot of us Canon users, we love this weight. Feels like a photographer. Yeah, I'm going to shoot all of you. But, oh, not to mention the joystick. Very good touch. There's one problem with this camera. It doesn't do everything that I want it to do. It doesn't have the stability and everything that I want inside the camera. So what did I do? Well, guys, I'm gonna have to call it and say bye to the 5DMK4. Yep, I'm parting ways with the 5DMK4. Introducing my new Sony A7R2. It's the A7R2. So, why did I leave this and go to this? Well, as somebody who has actually shot both of these cameras for about 2 weeks now. Now, mind you, a lot of people who make these comparisons, they probably have them for about a day or two, you know, probably mess around with them, got their comparisons from online or YouTube. I actually shot with both of these cameras. As you know, I've always had this one. I went and picked up the Sony A7R2 because I really wanted to see what all the hype was about. Really, I had plans of just returning it to Best Buy. I was just going to keep it for like 14 days and then return it on my 15th day and get my money back, honestly. But after using it, it's a phenomenal camera. Man, oh man. So I haven't done a shoot with it yet. I plan on doing about 2 or 3 shoots next week with the A7R2. But a lot of people say, hey, the menus and everything in there is just so bad. Well, you guys got to understand one thing. When you set up your camera, you're not using the menus anymore. I mean, it's pretty much set up and you're just going to shoot. So I can't really blame it on the menus. After actually using it for like a full 2 or 3 days and going through the menus and setting up everything, I think I have it set up to how I want it. So why did I give up this beast of a camera that I know so well? The menu system, everything about it, I just know it like the back of my hands. Why did I give this up and go here? Well, the first thing I'm gonna tell you guys is not about the Canon owners, Sony owners. It's not about fanboys. It's everything. It's about my photography. It's about my photography and what I do. So what does the A7R2 offer that the Canon doesn't, that allows me to do what I do with my photography? Well, I'm gonna tell you first off, the EVF. The EVF, for somebody who does what I do, is second to none, the best thing since sliced bread. Being able to see my shot in the viewfinder and to eliminate chimping I've heard about it, but I didn't know it worked so well. So with my photography, as you guys know, I do a lot of on-location photography. I like going out. I like battling in the sun. I like creating images away from studios and stuff. So when I look through the viewfinder and I can see exactly what I'm about to shoot, it was amazing. The reason why that is because I use my Explorer 600, I use my speed lights, I use everything, especially I shoot flash. I'm not a point and shoot photographer. Being able to expose for my ambient right here in my viewfinder and slow my shutter speed down or speed my shutter speed up and do all of that inside here and take that one shot and know exactly how my ambient is and how it's set up is just amazing. And then pop that flash on and then just start shooting. I mean, it cut down so much time. It's absolutely wonderful. Here's another thing that I like. When you press the button on this, it's a really hard shutter. But when I hit the button on, it's a little thing. When I hit the button, it's like, and that shaking just kind of like goes away. This thing has 4 custom buttons. I absolutely love it. I set up my auto white balance. I set up my focus area. I set up my focus settings. I set up everything, and I can just touch a button and just go. It was absolutely amazing. Now, what is another thing that I like about this camera that is helpful for my photography? Well, it's eye autofocus. It works absolutely well. To know that almost all of your shots, I'm not going to say 100% because nothing is 100%, but I'm about to say 90, to get more to a, coming from the Canon, I would say a 90%. I like being fair. I don't beat around the bush. I'll say about 91% of my shots are pretty much dead on, spot on. But using that eye autofocus and knowing that eye and that face and everything is in focus when you press that button, it's amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Like, I shot a few things, I've shot a few people, and I put on face detection, smile detection or face detection, and get that box around them, and then that eye lights up. Oh, and then in continuous autofocus, you could follow that eye from side to side. It absolutely worked well. And the 42 megapixels is just a plus. But in-body stabilization, some of the lenses that I have don't have stabilization on them. As you guys know, I have all Sigma Art now. My whole collection is Sigma Art series. I went with Sigma Art because Sigma is the newest technology, and Canon hasn't made lenses in I don't know how long. In Sigma, I've used pretty much all the Sigmas. If you guys follow me on my Instagram or my Facebook, you guys know that I use all Sigma. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. With the MC11 adapter, but that in-body stabilization absolutely helps out. It helps out a lot. I mean, guys, what can I say? I'm blown away. Well, I'm not really blown away because nothing has really blown me away, but compared to the Canon that I'll pretty much just pick up and just shoot. With this camera has so many features in it, but it's features for a photographer. And if you guys don't take anything else from this video, remember this: Canon feels like a photographer's camera. It feels like a photographer's camera when you hold it, when you're shooting with it, when you grab the aerodynamics of it is absolutely amazing. But when I shoot with it, I don't really feel like I feel like a photographer. The camera makes you feel like the photographer, but the camera itself, the settings and what it offers you, you feel like pretty much a consumer. You feel like a normal consumer because it's pretty much just a normal. It doesn't give you anything extra, you know. It doesn't give you that pop. You know, manual focus assist, zebras, face detection, phase detection, eye autofocus. It doesn't give you that stuff. Canon probably will never come out with stuff like that. If it does, it's gonna be for a very long time. But like I said, when you pick it up, you feel like a photographer, but the camera itself, you feel like a consumer. When I pick up the A7R2, I feel like a consumer. I do. I feel like I just bought like an old point and shoot, you know, old Kodak camera. That's what it kind of feels like. Just an old point and shoot, tick, 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 tick. But when I actually start shooting and look at the settings and everything, I feel like a photographer. I'm in here changing settings. I'm in here autofocusing, changing shutters and apertures, and I mean center autofocus. I mean, you name it. You know, 120 frames per second. Man, that's some slow motion. I feel like a photographer when I shoot with this. When I hold it, I feel like a consumer, which is understandable. But when you shoot with it and what it offers you, it's absolutely it's amazing compared to what the Canon offers you and compared to what the A7R2 offers you. It's good. It's really, really good. So I hope to do some more with this in my upcoming photo shoots. You guys are going to see them firsthand here on my YouTube channel. I also am going to post some videos. Some links, some pictures on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram and Facebook, you guys should. Follow me on Instagram, www.instagram.com/BrandonColePhotography or Facebook.com/BrandonColePhotography. And you can follow me in my journey with the A7R2. Unfortunately, this is going away tomorrow. It's going to be going to a lucky person. I hope they enjoyed it as much as I have. I've only had it for a few months, still spanking brand new. But I am looking forward to creating some magic with this A7R2. And again, it's not because of what I've seen other people do. I really don't care about that, but I've used it. I wanted to see what it was about. And I can't lie, it offers some amazing additions for a photographer. It feels like it's there to help the photographer with what it offers you. And I've only named probably 2 or 3 things. This thing offers a bundle of things. So I went with the A7R2. I also do have the Sony A6000 24 megapixel. I think it's an actual great camera. But I did keep my Canon 80D. I did keep the 80D because that's actually what I'm recording you on right now, and it's been my go-to recording camera. It's on my gimbal, my Wagon Crane gimbal, and I'll probably always keep my 80D. I think it's the best vlogging camera, like absolutely ever. I can see myself, my articulating screen, touch screen, everything that the 6D Mark II can do, just full frame. I don't care. So, hey, there you have it, guys. So follow me, and until next time, remember your equipment. Remember your equipment, guys, because when you learn your equipment, the sky is the limit. I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned.